A lot of students were denied study visas to a lot of countries this year for a lot of reasons. And after looking at the whole things, I was able to discover, me and my team were able to conclude on the two main reasons. One, proof of funds. Two, the reason why they want to travel to the country. And if truly they will return back after the studies. These are the reasons the officials, the consular, they were doubting, you know. So let me kind of like share some insight for people who wants to move next year, people who want to apply for next year. Let me start with Portugal. Like most of the countries I talked about, for example, Portugal, Malta, Poland, Spain, Sweden, these countries, they receive a lot of denials this year, and some other countries that I couldn't remember right now. Let me start with Portugal, for example. If you're somebody who has applied to Portugal student visa this year, you will realize that most rejection you get is the you are not able to dispel doubts on the intended reason of your stay in the national territory. This is what you will get in most of the rejection letter that you will receive from the embassy. And you'll be asking yourself, of course, you wrote your letter of intent very well. You explained the reasons why you want to go and study and everything. But still, they were doubting that, hey, that they don't believe, your reason of going there. Back in the days, somebody like you rarely get denial for study visas because they believe, hey, this person wants to go and study. But right now, based on laws changing every day, based on how people, are kind of like um, changing things abroad, so the system, that is the government, they are trying to streamline things, trying to change things so that they will know that, okay, is this person truly coming to study? Is this person truly coming here for this purpose that they want to do? Not just a way of a means of getting visas to live. Information have spread wide. So it's all about what you know. They also know it. So now, how do you stand a better chance of getting the visa despite all these things? One, you have to prove beyond doubt that, okay, this is really what you want. Hey, I want to study. That is why I'm going to this country. It's not about the money you're paying, it's not about your tuition fee anymore. For example, I know somebody who got admission to go and study BSc, paid 2.5 for it, still got rejection. So it's not about the money you are paying. It's about proving that, okay, you really want this. You really want this. Now, how do you prove this? First of all, let's start with your letter of intent. Sometimes they call it letter of introduction. Was this written from heart? Were you able to explain yourself well? I'm actually talking for Portugal right now, but the same thing applies to most of all these European countries like Malta, Portugal, like Spain, Sweden, and all of that. Was a lot of introduction written by heart. For example, Portugal, they were calling people for fiscal interview. You'll be asked questions like random question that sometimes, it seems awful. Let me just use that word, but you still need to answer it. One of a friend of mine who went to Portugal embassy, they were asked the highest landmark in the city where his school is located. Before he left to go for that interview, I told him, hey, you need to study, you need to read, you need to be prepared, you need to be very smart on how to answer questions. And luckily for him, he did it and he was able to scale through and he got visa. The same person, there were two that went there. The second person was denied visa, even though it's a study visa. You see how this thing works. Like I said, you need to know your stuff. So let me just say it. Even though you are kind of like opportune, let's say you are not called by the embassy, your letter of introduction needs to speak for you because that's more like your spokesperson. Your letter speaks for you. The next one is your proof of funds. How was it? I keep telling people that you need to be very, very strategic in whatever you are doing. Your proof of funds, the way you do things. You need to kind of like put yourself in the shoe of the officer, who's going to evaluate your document. You need to be very, very tactical. You need to be very smart. You need to think outside the box. Your proof of fund, is it smart? The inflow, the outflow, how was it? Was it good? Was it strategically built? Did you take enough time to do that? When I was doing my own POF, I know how much I spent. I know how much I was put it in, put it out, and how much I deposited and how much I brought in. I know how I was able to spread money across friends and family and how it was all sent back to me. You know, I know how much I spend. Sometimes I do pay people, hey, please, I want to send money to you for this, and you're gonna hold it for me for this period. They will be like, okay, if you're sending this money to me, it's not for free. This is my percentage out of it. Of course, you sacrifice, right? I will give them the money. A particular time they will give me, they will send back to me based on the percentage we agreed. So that's how it works. That's for the proof of funds. Now, home ties matters a lot when you are adding applications. What did you add? You do add home ties. Home ties can be family pictures. Can be landed documents. Home ties can be house properties, like you have properties in your name, business registrations. You know, maybe you are into voluntary services. Do you add all these things? Recommendation letters from your employee, from your workplace, from social services you have worked with, from voluntary services you have done. Maybe even you as a student, when you are going for these courses abroad, did you get letter from your professor? Did you get letter from your previous schools? Did you add all these things to back up your claim that, hey, this person really wants this? These are little details that you need to be aware. These are little details you need to be aware. So after seeing all these things, it's made me realize that, hey, I need to put up a video to give people insight so you'll be prepared of what's coming next year. For me and my team right now, of course, you know my name. My name is Omasi. My team, we have realized a lot of things. So we are trying to, trying to mitigate these things, trying to kind of like put people ahead, prepare people, share insights that we're not able to, that we can actually put out here on videos. So if you want to work with us right now, you can send us a mail. We will guide you in the process. We are not travel agents. We just guide you, give you the right steps, tell you what to do. That, hey, based on years of experience, I'm somebody who has spent 5 years looking for visa, done so many mistakes, paid travel agent, nothing worked out. But that will be a story that we'll share with you guys, so that you guys will actually learn from me as well. So we can work with you, guide you, tell you what to do. You apply, do the whole thing yourself, and hopefully you get it. So if you're somebody who wants to do that with us, send us a mail at countryslivetravel@gmail.com, and we will guide you, show you how to do all these things, and help you to stand a better chance of getting the study visa and the admission you're looking for. All right. So my name is Omasi. Of course, you guys know me. And I'll see you guys on the next one. So this is Countryside Media. Subscribe, comment below if you have doubt, questions as well. And I'll see you guys on the next one. So for Poland, Sweden, Malta, likely the same thing. Embassies, officials, they are doubting that, hey, these people are actually moving because of school. Our brothers and sisters abroad, people who have come before us, they have, let me just say, the news have spread wide and forward, like things are changing. So for somebody who wants to study abroad, who wants to move, you need to play the game a different way if you want to get a different result. Let me still repeat it again. If you want to move abroad, you need to play the game a different way for you to get a different result. Because if you go the same way people have been doing it, you still getting the same results. I met somebody who said she has been rejected for so many applications in study visas. I met somebody who has been rejected 3 times in the US embassy despite it is still study applications. So, I'm actually in the process of kind of like working with this person, trying to see other ways possible to achieve this. So if you are trying to move from point A to point B and you see it's not working out, why not try something else? So there's always different ways that leads to the market. All you just need to do is figure out which one that works for you and you stick to the path. All right. So like I said, if you want to work with us, comment below, send us a mail, and let's see how we can make it. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace and bye for now. Ciao.